What's going on, boys and girls? Doing some chicken today with some white sauce. So this is my version of white sauce. I'm not even going to call it Alabama white sauce. It's just going to be white sauce. So that way, because it's not exactly going to be the traditional kind of white sauce you're going to find. So to avoid all the keyboard chefs out there, it's just a white sauce. So what we're going to do, I'm going to start with a cup of mayo. So let me turn you down here so you can see what's going on. We're going to do a chicken on the Santa Maria and give her some of this white sauce love. Just like that. I'm trying to find my smaller one, but I guess that's not in the cards today. Here we go. This will work. So we're going to do about a cup of mayo. Now you could double this, triple it, whatever. But this is just going to be for the chicken, so I don't really need a whole lot. I'm just going to, do a couple of bastes with it towards the end of the cook, and then, some dunking at the end. So it's like that, a cup of mayo. Like so. That's about all the mayo I had also. So now we are going to do some horseradish. You can use prepared. This is just a creamy style prepared horseradish. It's got just a real nice texture to it, a little less of a bite. So I'm going to do a, son of a bitch. It doesn't fit. One second. We're doing a tablespoon of that. You could do two, just, depending on your horseradish game, if it's strong or not. Honestly, not a big fan of it, but you do need it in here. You need that bite to kind of cut through the richness, So just like that, tablespoon of horseradish. And then I have some stone ground here. And I am going to use a tablespoon of that as well. Stone ground mustard. Now, we are going to, instead of apple cider vinegar, I'm using the malt vinegar, which I love. Plus, it brings a little bit of sweetness to it, but not so much so like apple cider vinegar would. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do about an eighth of a cup. I got a little heavy there. So we're going to put the rest of that back of your malt. And then just some good old white distilled, if I can get the cap off it. Come on, come on. I know you want to play. Thought I already opened it. I did not. Again, another eighth of a cup. So we're looking at about a total of a quarter cup. Oop, little light on that. About a quarter cup of vinegars total. So if you want to use your apple cider, you can. I know I'm going to be mad at you. You do you. I'm going to do a teaspoon of lemon juice. I would prefer fresh lemon because I would also grate some zest in there. But I don't have any. And I thought I did. Now, I'm going to use white pepper because it's got a great little bite to it. So I'm going to do a teaspoon of white pepper. And then we are going to do some cayenne. I'm going to do about a half teaspoon of cayenne. You can step it up if you want. That's It's all dependent on your spice level. Celery seed, but a half a teaspoon of celery seed. Give you that little bit of that umami. Plus, celery seed is awesome in everything. And half teaspoon of garlic. And then we are just going to hit it with a little salt, half teaspoon or so. And I'm going to give this a mix. I'll just use this for right now. Now you want it a little bit runny. Nothing too crazy, in my opinion, but just going to give her a little mix. And then I'm going to bust out the immersion blender and really kind of just whip everything together. Break down any graininess from the spices that we put in there, fresh ground mustard, all that other good stuff. Get that loose. Beautiful. Let's get the immersion blender. All right, so we got our stick blender over here. Give it a few spins. Beautiful. Whip some air into it. That's pretty loose. I mean, you can adjust that with your vinegar and your lemon juice and all that other good stuff. So, but still pretty loose. And now, let's taste it, shall we? What was that? That's a medium viscosity. Let's see what's up. Ooh. Oh man, that's nice. That's so nice. Yum. That is going to be awesome. I'm just going to put that in the fridge while we get this chicken going. And I'm going to do a 3-pepper chicken. We're just going to do some salt, a little garlic, a little onion, and then a white pepper, a black pepper, a red pepper. So just keep it simple on the chicken. You could add a little bit of smoked paprika or like some, I don't know, chili powder, something like that. Bring a little smokiness into it. But I'm doing it on the Santa Maria, so we'll get that nice smoky wood flavor anyway. So, but that's it. We'll come back and get the chicken ready. All right, guys. Theory, come here. You gonna help me with chicken? Thought I was opening the pan cupboard. 135 pounds, terrified of the pan cupboard. All right, so we got our chicken here. Super nice chicken, man. See all that nice yellow fat? Oh, man. That's how you know. That's how you know. So I'm just going to quickly just hack out this backbone here. And then I'm going to split it in half. So, because that's how I like to do my chickens. So I just go right down the edge here. Seen this a million times, I'm sure. Save this spine and all of the cutoffs for chicken stock, because it makes a mighty fine chicken stock. Oh, you got your board spinning. Try not to hack my hand off. So I'm just going to save that. I'm just going to de-rib it. Go right through here. And then I'm just going to split it open like so. Run my finger down here in the center. Get underneath all this bone right here. And just pull that breastbone right out. So then that way when we're done, we have nice open side breasts that we can just cut open. We don't have to worry about the breastbone. So I'm going to finish banging this out and we'll get her seasoned up. All right, guys. There's our bird, halved and ready to go. So now what we're gonna do, right here, we have 2 teaspoons of Muldown flake salt, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, teaspoon of garlic powder, granulated garlic, teaspoon of granulated onion, a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a half teaspoon of cayenne, a teaspoon of red pepper flake, and a teaspoon of white pepper. So we got a nice 3 pepper blend, a little bit of smokiness to it. Should be pretty damn tasty and should balance out real nicely with our white sauce. So what we're going to do, I'm going to start on the flesh side here. Still got a feather on it. It's like so. What's that? Some dusting on my rack there, but whatever. So we're just going to do, I'm going to go liberal on the flesh side. I want all that flavor to go in there. I'm not marinating. I'm not doing anything else. So make our rub do all the talking. You know what I mean? Get the press in. Get that piece of bone out of there. Beautiful. All right. Flip her over. Just like so. And get the rest of this going. Get a nice little coat on the skin side here. Try to get it everywhere. Should be plenty. Just give it a little flavor, help with some crispy. Get underneath there. Oh, I see some meat. Just like so. And there we go. Beautiful. There's our bird ready to go. I'm just going to let him chill, and we'll get him out on the grill. All right. So out here, got a nice pile of Jealous Devil rolling. Got a stick of oak on there. Let me move you guys over here. Maybe that might work, right? All right. So I'm going to throw these guys down, and I'm going to throw them. It actually doesn't work like that. We're going to put them skin side down. Start them out. I'm actually going to go over here. Since I have a nice live flame over on this side, by the time I do a flip, that'll be burnt down. Just like that. So I'm just going to let that go for a few minutes. I'm going to take it up a little bit. Just slow the cook down a little. Keep it away from the heat and just let that fat render, let that skin get a little crispy, let that thing soak up some of that oak, and then we'll flip them over to the flesh side and do the same. So, all right. So I let her get a nice color on there. Give them a flip. That's what we got going on fire-wise down there. Look, it's so fine. So fine. So now, if you're doing this just on a regular grill, I know some people say, "Oh, well, I don't have that. I don't have, it's the same concept. It's just fire, man. It's just fire. It's just heat. I mean, you can move your meat, you can move your coals, just all that stuff. You don't necessarily have to go up and down. It's nice to have the ability to go up and down because then all them juices fall into that fire and all that flavor just comes back up at you. That's kind of the benefit. But if you are using a regular grill, you can have your heat concentrated over to one side and just move a little bit. just some coals, just underneath where the food is. Not many, just some, because it doesn't take much for that juice to fall in the coals and come back up. So you can still get that kind of effect with it, So, but any charcoal grill, any wood grill, anything at all, if you're using coal, wood, it doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. So I always start with my skin side first. I just like to get a nice crispiness, a nice color on that. It actually keeps the skin from shrinking on the chicken as well, and then it'll just roast. I left it on there probably 15, 20 after I raised it up, just to kind of just slow it down a little bit, just to do a little rendering. And we're gonna do it again too. I will flip the chicken again, a few more times, and then I'll start basting like the last 20 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes, just depending. But right now, I have my fire. I have some nice flames going on, which is why I have them, raised up. But by the time I flip the next time, I'm actually going to take my rake and just kind of knock everything down, just to kind of calm the flames, just so I have a nice hot bed of coals and just some heat, and then we're going to finish the chicken off like that. But at the beginning, I like them flame kisses. I like that raw fire, coming from that oak, that simmer, that smoke, that smolder. Just it adds such a nice flavor. I mean, it's really what Santa Maria grilling is all about, honestly. So I'm gonna let it roll like that, and then we'll come back. Check it out, guys. The sizzle, sizzle, man, it smells good. It smells super good. It's a beautiful day out. Tons of yard work done. Um, I'm going to be doing a couple of videos on sauces. What is this? Sorry, channel's rated R for rage, and I'm going to just be using them in a few different ways. A couple of just a few different things that I make. I mean, if you've been around, you know that I'm not exactly a sauce kind of guy, like straight up barbecue sauce. I'll enjoy it sometimes on my pulled pork, very little on my ribs sometimes. Never on my beef. You will never see me sauce a piece of beef ever. So, um, but uh, I do use some sauces, um, but they're not really your typical thing. So, and I know I've had a lot of people asking me, so we're gonna do a little bit of um, I don't know if you'd call it a series or whatever, but just doing some different sauces that I use. So this would be my first one, is just the white sauce. I wanted to do some chicken. I've actually been kind of craving it, so figured I'd do it a little bit different, do a nice roast on this, and then we'll do this white sauce with it. So, but cheers, everybody. Beautiful Sunday. And you'll see, I know it's hard to get in there, but look at all that fat just dripping off that thing, falling down in that fire. We got all that smoke. Man, seriously, is by far my favorite way to cook anything, guys, is open fire. And then there's another thing that this company had reached out to me with. It's a field company. It's a cast iron pan company, and they reached out to me because they kind of have the same I guess thoughts and passion about just simple live fire cooking. And they developed this. I mean, I don't even know if I would call it a grill, but if you're out in the middle somewhere, it's literally just some fire bricks. It comes with a little bit of a design and stuff. So I got that coming out as well. And I'm actually going to go into the Mark Twain National Forest, and we're going to camp out there for a day. And I'm going to do this thing. Maybe some other YouTubers will want to jump in on it as well, where we just build this little pit out of these fire brick, and do some cast iron cooking over a live fire. So when they reached out to me about it, um, it was I got to talk with Cody, is the guy from Field Company, and we were just on the phone, just shooting the shit about just live fire cooking. So I was actually pretty excited to do it. It's going to be just really cool. I'm trying to think of some non um, non common things to do. Just kind of just step the game up a little bit. So I'm working on that. Something that we could do with cast iron, and I think it's going to be pretty fun. Just to kind of just share that passion of just live fire, open flame grilling, cooking, cast iron, and just all that other good stuff. So that's going to be coming up really soon here. It's going to be pretty cool, man, and it's pretty awesome that there's these guys that kind of share that same passion of cooking with it when it comes to just fire. Throw away your temp probes, throw away your stuff, just make a fire and just cook some shit, man. And I think it's awesome. So, but anyway, I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to enjoy my beer here, and then I'm going to let this go probably another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. Flip them over, give them a little bit more on that side, and then we should be getting really close. So um, we'll assess it from there. I just want a little more color on my skin. I want my skin dried out just a little bit more after things get rendered down, and then we'll start basting. So, all right, guys, check out this color. Oh man, lick it. So we're ready for a flip. I'm gonna take my tongs, make sure they're good to go, and I'm gonna grab the thigh and the wing at the same time. Look at that, guys. Oh man. And we're just going to give them a little flip. Same thing. Man, beautiful. Check this out. Come on. Jeez. Channel should be rated X. All right, so I'm going to let them go for a little bit. What are we looking at here? Tell by the joints usually. She's close. Maybe within 30, 40 degrees, something like that. So we'll let them go for, I don't know, maybe 10 more minutes or so. And then we're going to start giving them a little bit of a baste. So I'll baste the top. I'll let it set for a bit. I'll give them a flip. I'll baste the bottom, let them set for a little bit. Probably do that maybe 2, 3 times, something like that. So, and then at the very end, once I take them off, I'm going to give them one final little brush of the sauce. I'm not going to dunk or dip or anything like that. And we're going to eat them. So, all right, guys. So we're about ready. As you can tell by the joints, they want to pull away. So it tells me we're real close. So now, got some of our white sauce here. And give her a little coat. We're just going to paint these chickens nice and happy. Nice and gentle. Keep our skin together, even though it's nice and crispy. Just like this. Now you got to get what we're doing here also. We're not just basting with sauce. If you think about the ingredients that are in here, the mayo specifically, mayo is essentially just fat. I mean, it's what I use to grow my grilled cheese and all that stuff. So that's only going to help. Not to mention the flavor that we're putting in here right now as well. So I'm just going to let this sit, let it set with some of this heat, and then we're going to give it a flip. And then we're going to do the other side. So let me lift this guy up. sure she's all painted. Do a little happy cloud over here. Just like that. Without ripping my legs off, my wings off. Man, come on now. Come on now. That looks good. So, all right, I'm going to let that go for about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll flip them over. We'll baste the other side. All right, now we're getting surgical. Going right underneath, guide it over. Oh, just like that. And let's paint this side. Now with my chicken, you'll notice that you can tell by the sound that the heat has gone down. I like to do that with my chicken. I know it's reverse, but it just, I don't know. It works really well. I usually like that high heat. Everything kind of tightens up. You get the little crispiness going, it does its thing. You're rendering fat, all that other good stuff. And then towards the end of the cook, as that fire goes down a little bit, the temps go down, and then you just kind of just finish that thing with like a nice slow roast. And then everything just kind of relaxes, and just the chicken is always nice and tender and juicy and all that other good stuff. So just like so. Got enough in there for another flip. So I'm going to let that go. I'm just going to just set that other side just a little bit. We'll flip it over. We'll do this one more time. All right, we're back. It's been about 5 minutes or so. Let's do this, shall we? I'm trying to do this real carefully because the chicken is at that point now where it don't like to be messed with. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, let's give her another one. Let's make sure that flavor just gets in there. I'm going to keep it a little bit thinner this time. Just kind of roll it out. My white sauce has now been tainted, so it's not exactly white anymore. But it still tastes good. I promise. Do, do, do. Just like so. You need some of that in there. Come on now. Just like that. All right. I'm going to let that. Actually, you know what? Let's bring that guy down a little bit. Hey, down there. Let her soak in some of that smoke on top of that. I'm going to let that go for another 5 minutes, and then we're going to pull it. All right, guys. The time has come. What the hell just happened? My tinfoil blew away. Hold on a second. Thought I was losing it. Man, could have swore I put tinfoil on that pan. One love. Two love, boys and girls. Like that. Oh, man, does that look good. All right, I'm going to let her sit for about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. Let's kind of chill out. Let's cut into her. All right, boys and girls. This is the second time because the first video didn't save properly. So we're going to cut into this thing, but I can tell you right now, it is delicious. So I'm just going to break off this corner right here. The juicy, tender, but damn, the creaminess and the sharpness of the sauce with the three peppers on the chicken, it's got a little kick to it. It's just fantastic. So, but all right, that's it. That's all I got.